Janie McKay. I'm from Dallas, Texas. In 2005, I had a year to end all years. It was a season of many hard, difficult things. And at the end of the year, I told the Lord, I feel like an 18-wheeler is off of me. And He said, no, it was the wine press. Well, our youngest of 4 daughters came back from law school in Chicago to finish in Dallas and suggested that I get on ADD medication. And I thought, well, don't you think it's a little past time? But I told my husband, who's a physician, I'm willing. He called the internist and who said, get her tested, it's overdone. So we went to the doctor after testing, 3 months and $1,800. And the psychologist was shocked. She said she doesn't meet the profile, but she's ADD, bona fide. So went to get the medication, but while there took a routine physical, which we passed with flying colors. And the nurse came in and said, I can't believe you and your husband are in perfect health. She said, do you have nothing to report? And I laughed and I said, well, I guess I could say last year I was a little breathless and fatigued, but my year would have put down an 18-year-old. And with that, we were leaving the office, and she had the presence of mind to mention it to the doctor, who's a friend, and he said, McKay, go back to work. I'm going to do one more test on Janie. He called me back the same day after a chest x-ray, and he said to me, I have bad news for you. There's a shadow on your lungs, and it's not good. I think I'm going to need to give you something to get you through this. And I said, I started laughing, literally, with the joy of the Lord, and I was embarrassed at myself. It wasn't funny. And I said, Tom, I must have what I need in place because I've got the joy of the Lord and the peace of God. But I said, please understand, I know what you're telling me. And I asked the Lord, how do I come underneath this? And I realized we had been in a prolonged prayer journey in our family for a beloved family member. And I realized I had not stood on any promises. I had stage 4 lung cancer. I was diagnosed with it. But that was after I first was diagnosed with untreatable and incurable pneumonia. That's a 10-day diagnosis. We had 3 missionaries staying in our back house, one of whom just so happened to walk in with the book, Be in Health. I started reading it. It's not about diets and supplements, and I was very interested in that book. And then I get a call from a friend from Maryland. She's Washington, D.C. and Palm Beach, but she was in Maryland at a conference. And she said, Janie, I'm at the most amazing conference. I said, what is it? Be in Health. And I said, Marco, I'm reading the book. She said, I'm buying materials and I'm taking you to Georgia. One of the elders in our church, who's a PhD psychologist, trained at Southwestern Medical School, had been to Be in Health with Jane, the Bible teacher. And I thought, Lord, that's a lot of confirmation there. It's the most life-changing thing I've ever done. Not because I don't know about healing ministries. I'm in a charismatic prayer group. I've had thousands of prayers. I went everywhere to be prayed for. So it's not a lack of prayer, it's a lack of knowledge. I would be 6 feet under if I had not gone to Georgia, where I've been 4 times. Not just with one diagnosis, but some other ones, overcoming all of them. After I was diagnosed, like I said, they first thought I had untreatable and incurable pneumonia. That's a 10-day to 2-week prognosis. Then I was upgraded, so I had chemotherapy, then I had surgery, and they thought I had clean margins. That was in '06, the summer of '06. But by '07, the cancer had come back and spread into my lymph nodes. Now the amazing thing I was surprised at, I had no fear. When I left Be in Health, it changed the way I related to everyone I knew. Be in Health gives us the understanding of how to overcome. And I've told other people, they say, well, you know, Janie had a terminal illness, that's why she went. Well, I was motivated, that's for certain. But I've been back one more time for myself, and I always take people with me. But every time I went in 2 more times to take others, it's always for me as well. And that's where I find even this mini conference is one of the best I've ever attended. I can't say enough.